Welcome to JHart Modelworks. I'm Justin, and in this video we're going to be going through the box for the Porsche 356 Carrera Cabriolet by Fujimi. Welcome to my workbench. Let's get started. Hey guys and gals, welcome back. Most of the people who watch my channel probably are also on Shawn's channel and have probably already seen Shawn's video. If not, I am going to go ahead and leave a link in the description to Shawn's video on this. But Shawn approached me a couple of months ago. It's like, hey Justin, I'd really like to do a buddy build. And I was like, dude, that's so freaking awesome. I've never been asked to do a buddy build, so we're doing a buddy build. What we're going to do are Porsche 356s. We're doing the Fujimi Enthusiast kit. I know that this says Testers on it, but Testers has never made a kit in their life. Everything that is a Testers kit is a rebox as far as I know, and they are almost always either Fujimi or Italeri. I don't know about their armor and their aircraft, but car-wise they're almost always Italeri and Fujimi. So this is the Fujimi Enthusiast kit for the Porsche 356 Carrera Cabriolet. This is the 356 B or C option. You've got some optional parts in there. This is a big box, guys. I actually had to zoom the camera out to fit the box in the camera area. Open this up. Now this was sent to me by Shawn. While we were talking, he's like, hey, we were talking about doing a buddy build. And I was like, you know, I've always wanted to do, I want to do a Porsche 356. I just can't find them right now. When I do find them on eBay, they want ridiculous amounts of money for them. He's like, I've got a few, I'll send you one and we'll just do it. So he sent me this kit. I sent him the spare, if you remember from the early in the 928 when I had the clear catastrophe and I thought I was gonna have to start over. I bought a second Porsche 928 S4, so I boxed that up and sent it to him. So we do have our instruction manuals wrapped up in an advert. Part sprues. Like they have you starting out assembling the chassis. Probably not a bad place to start given the way I want to do some of the mods for this, because I am not going to do it straight. Looks like these might actually have chair rails even. Interesting. So there is a lot of detail in this kit. There's interior, just starting on the engine. Still working on the engine like 2 pages later. Wheel assemblies are pretty complex. And then you start into the body work. Yeah, start doing glass over here. So you got 2-3 pages of body work. This is kind of intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is kind of an intimidating kit. There is a lot to it, but you will see when I get into the sprues. We have our decals. We have our body. Well, there is a seam line that runs along the front fenders. It runs down through here into a zigzag. There's also another seam line that runs down here and across. and then back up along this fender, and then again down in that zigzag. Panel lines look pretty good. There's another set that go right through here of mold lines. Let's see if we can get those to show up or not. We might not. There it is. Runs right down that fender and it's straight down. I would normally say to be really careful when you're sanding this, because there is a dent in here, and that indentation is for the bumper. But if you sand that out, it might not look right, but I am probably going to end up filling this anyhow. I plan on deleting the bumpers. Also, there's mold lines that run right between. These are rivet details. I don't know if they're going to show up on the camera or not. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in a little more because I was zoomed out to get the box to fit. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back to normal zoom. Yeah. So you can see those panel lines much more pronounced now. You have, this is pretty much rivet detail, but that usually gets covered up by the cover. If I do it the way I want to do it, I'm not going to have that cover on there either. So I may actually just sand these off entirely anyhow, because I'm not going to need the locating. Come on, you can do it. There it is, right there. There's one of those on both sides too. Ignore this, you don't see that. I didn't mean to start early. Please don't disqualify me, Shawn. So there is some flash on this body right here. You would have to clean that up. But the way I'm doing some of these mods, I'm not going to. You also have molded seams right across there, which is going to be, you need to really delicately sand those to clean those up. When I pulled the body out of the box, the wing window frame was broken. And when I was looking at it, I was like, well, maybe I can glue it and fix it back. And then I was like, you know what? I bet you I can just, looking at what I'm wanting to do with this, I'm just going to go ahead and delete it, and I went ahead and cut it and clean this up a little bit. So I'm going to actually remove the wing window. I'm actually removing the side windows entirely. So my vision for this project, I know Shawn is going to do, he's doing a coupe. He's doing the hard top. And I believe he said he's going to do his as an Outlaw Custom. But my vision is that the guy who owns the 928 wanted a 356 as well, and he really wanted a Speedster. He didn't get a hold of a Speedster. He did find a really nice find on like a barn find on a B or a C Cabriolet, and he's modding it to make it look more in line with what he wants. That's my vision, so that's where I'm going to go with this. I've seen some pictures with a wide body on these, and it looks gorgeous, but I think trying to fabricate a wide body for this is going to be a bit outside my skill set. And by a bit, I mean a lot outside my skill set. So I'm probably not going to go that route, but yeah, I've definitely got some plans for this body. But all in all, the body looks good, nice and straight, no warping, which is good for an older kit. Don't know if we can catch them. But right in here on this, there is, yeah, right there. There's some raised area there where the mirrors go. So what I will probably do is pin the mirrors, drill the body, and get them all lined up, and then sand that out so that that's nice and smooth. So all the rest of these parts are individually bagged, so we're going to get these bags open and come right back and take a look at what all is in the box. Alright, so we have all the bags open. We're going to go ahead and start with this sprue here. We have our hood. Everything looks nice and clean. We have our, I guess, technically this will be the trunk, and this will be the hood, but it's in the back. The underside does have several ejector pin marks that are going to have to be cleaned up. That's kind of saddens me because there's a really nice texture in here. Get the same on the boot lid. That's okay. We have our bumpers, which I'm going to get rid of. Optional top up. Which there is some really nice, can we focus? Come on. There's some really nice detail on the soft top, and then you've got that mold line that runs straight down the side to it. So you would really want to scrape that and be real careful with your sanding so that you don't take out those wrinkles when you're trying to get rid of that seam. Your optional top down. I think I'm not going to use either one of these. If I do what I want to do, I'm going to try and fabricate a roll bar. Probably one of the U-shaped roll bars that goes back behind the driver's seat, and a tonneau cover, although I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to use for the tonneau cover. We'll see if I can pull that off. I may just be getting a little ambitious. We shall see. A lot of things to go. Wheels and tires. I may leave them. It's like a satin chrome finish that I really like. I may do some painting. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do with these. Part of me wants to leave them like this. Part of me wants to strip them and do them in like polished aluminum. Or maybe some gunmetal. I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna have to look at some reference pictures and just really get a feel for what I want to do with these, but they're really not bad. They're not bad looking wheels at all. Also in this bag we have some poly caps. Everybody knows what poly caps are. And we get some wire mesh, and these are for optional headlight coverings. But I do like that they included this as an option. I'm not going with these, but for like a racing light, having these mesh covers is really cool. Next bag, there's a lot of bags. There's probably 10 sprues in this kit. This is slightly intimidating, guys. Now, I'm not entirely sure why they did this. You've got two different dashboards, and from what I can tell, let's see if I can see. I don't see any real, well, okay, I see what it is. They're different dashes. I'm assuming one's a B and one's a C, and they differ on where things get placed. Alright, that makes more sense. It didn't make sense when I was originally looking at it, but it makes much more sense now. And then I'm assuming this is part of the firewall. Some sort of fluid reservoir that might be brake fluid. I'm gonna have to do a lot more research on the 356 and look at a lot of reference photos. I am trying to put these back in their bags. don't know the actual date on this kit, but I know a lot of the tester stuff was from the 80s and 90s. And, you know, some of these sprues can be kind of weak. I did find one part floating around in the bag. We have our chrome tree. And personally, I find most of this is really heavy. And almost all the parts have sprue attachments in places that will be fairly visible. So chances are real good I'm going to end up having to strip this entire sprue. We'll see, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up stripping the whole sprue. But for the most part, the molding itself is nice and crisp, very clean. I do not like the way these mirrors are molded. One, I don't like the shape of them. Two, there's mold seams going through the flat side of the surface, so you're going to end up having to sand that surface anyhow. We're going to see what we can do. They also look to be too thin for me to pin, so that's going to... Darn. I was hoping that base was a little wider than that. I was hoping that base would be big enough for me to get a pin through. I may just scratch build an entire set of mirrors. We'll see. We will see what happens. A couple of sprues in this bag. We're going to start with this one, which are engine components. It looks like you actually have the pistons in here. This is impressive. There are two different distributors, which are going to be far too small for me to drill. But there might be enough of a nub on there that if I can strip coating off, maybe I can just glue the coating down. We'll see. We will see. Everything is very crisp. The molding is very clean on all these parts. You see, like, no flash. Ejector pin marks seem to be in hidden areas, like inside the parts. We have wheel assemblies. There's parts in here I don't even know what they are. More engine components. We got some sway bars. The wheel assemblies look interesting. I'm not sure what parts go to what. I'm not sure if all four of these go together or how that works. We shall have to see. Tons of parts. Again, very clean. This sprue of parts here is just all by themselves. Very interesting. Have seats. Some suspension. Seat backs. Seat bottoms. Part of the interior. Suspension looks to be very detailed. And that's just magnificent. Everything is very clean. I'll tell you this much, I'm going to actually have to pay attention to the instructions. I can't just kind of slap it together like I usually do, because kits nowadays, to be honest with you, the kits have been fairly simplified. A lot of times you don't really have to pay too much attention to the instructions, just kind of get an idea of what parts are there, and you can kind of figure them out. But this is impressive. Our clear parts look really good. Rear window, the front window. You have an option to cut off the side windows. I am going to have to find a way to score and cut it along that angle there. Going to have to be very careful about that. There's a set of clear headlight covers. You also have the headlight covers with the lines in them. The difference between the racing headlights and the standard. Turn signal indicators, fog light covers. All these clear parts are very beautifully molded, lots of detail in them, very clean, no cracking. They're pretty clear. There is some waviness to this front windshield. But with it being a convertible, it's not as important because you can actually see the interior. Still going, guys. 2 more sprues in this bag. It looks like a lot of chassis. This is the front trunk area. This is what this all looks like. Again, very clean. Lots of detail. Really no unsightly mold marks, no ejector pins. The ejector pin marks are all on back sides of parts. Some more of the chassis. These are going to be your hinges for the front and rear hoods. Side chassis frames. Looks like we got 3 sprues left. Fuel tank and probably some more suspension parts. Maybe the oil pan, I'm not entirely certain. Some beautiful detail. I have no idea what these parts are. Assuming these are fenders, like inner fender wells. I have no idea. More engine parts. Exhaust. Maybe some suspension, I'm not entirely certain. I don't know if you can see down in there or not. I'm going to try and move this light a little. Absolutely gorgeous parts. It looks like that's going to be all of them. I'll be honest, I'm intimidated. There's a lot to build here. There's a whole lot to build. You guys know I'm very slow about building. Normally it takes me a month or two. I would not be surprised to see this taking me 2 or 3 months. I've got some plans. I'm super excited. I've been looking at this kit. He sent it to me easily 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. All the while building this 928, I've been looking at this 356 going, I want to do this and I want to do that, and I can't wait for October. I don't know if we're starting on the 1st of October. I'm sure Shawn might tell me. We're starting on the 1st of October, or we starting the first full week of October. Whatever the deal is, just let me know. Again, if you guys have not checked out Shawn's channel, give him a check out. Definitely see what he's got going on. The man is a fantastic builder. He is a great scratch builder. Awesome detail. Really great work. I am super excited, to be honest with you. I'm like a giddy little kid, just like, oh my god, this is going to be so much fun. I may actually do this in the order the instructions tell me to do, and not start with the body first. I usually do the body first. If the body goes horribly wrong, you don't have, 2 months into a build and then the body goes south on you. So I usually do the body first, but there's a lot of mods that I want to do. Some of those mods are kind of going to be dependent upon the body and fitting with the interior and how that all lines up. So I'm going to definitely need to be able to do some dry fitting. I don't want to run the risk of taping over the body and really causing a mess, so I will probably hold off on the body and do the body last. Oh, there's so much stuff I have planned for this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys. If you like what you see, go ahead and click that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you want to see more of this, the videos, you want to see how this turns out, make sure you hit that subscribe and click that notification bell icon so you can be notified when I release the update videos. Leave me comments, guys. Let me know what you think. I love your comments. I love interacting with you guys in the comment section. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Stay safe, keep modeling, and have a great day.